It's not only here for the first time because I'm running for office, but because I've been a member for as long as I've lived in St. Petersburg. I've served on the Tiger Bay Board, and I've chaired the Scholarship Committee. A little bit about my background. I'm a small business owner. I was starting my first small business when some of my opponents here were still in elementary school. My first business was a music store. I got together with a friend of mine, and we had about $5,000. We signed a lease on an 800 square foot building. Within 5 years, we had a 10,000 square foot location and over $100,000 worth of inventory that we own. I know what it's like to start a business and to enable a business to thrive. It's not easy. It takes a tremendous amount of work, and I think that that background is good to be represented on City Council. I took the profits from that music store and started buying houses in California. That's where I began doing my home renovations, and that's where I honed my skills that have served me well since I moved here to St. Petersburg. My first project here was an 85-year-old house that was in desperate need of repair, and I spent the next couple of years turning that back into the beautiful home that it once was. I have a special affinity for historic homes. That's why I've been a member of St. Pete Preservation for years. I think it's an important aspect for a council person to be knowledgeable about historic preservation, because let's face it, that's part of what City Council makes decisions on. I have a significant investment in the community, and I've been a member of my neighborhood association for most of the time that I've lived here. I believe it's important that City Council have someone with construction experience. I see the time is running out. Thank you for being here. Steve Gallmer for City Council, District 8.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for inviting us to be here at Tiger Bay Forum. I was looking at your webpage before I came here, and it said you carve up politicians over lunch. It's a good thing that I'm not a politician. Some people think I'm too honest to be a politician, because if you ask me a question, I'll give you a direct answer. Whether or not you like it, I'll give you what my answer is. But I have a rule that I follow on leadership, and I look. I call it the 3 L's. I look, and then I listen, and then I lead. I like to look and see what's going on, and listen to what my constituents have to say. And I've walked up and down the 8th district, and I've listened to their concerns. And 2 of those concerns that have come up the most often are neighborhood security. People are afraid, in their neighborhoods. I've heard of carjackings, I've heard of house break-ins, things like that. And the other issue I see when I walk the area, and I've been walking the area since before the campaign. I did some census work in the 2010 census, and I saw a lot of vacant houses in my district. And I wondered, why are those people not in those houses anymore? And a lot of times it comes down to jobs. So those are the 2 focuses of my campaign, is job creation, which I have a plan that I'm looking at, that's modeled out of Brooksville. And also, I'm looking at neighborhood security. So I'm talking to the neighborhood associations and neighbors about what they can do as far as community policing, contributing to the community policing thing. I want to share with you a personal story I have, and this is why job creation is so important to me. One of the reasons. When I was born in Sarasota, and before I was 1, we moved to New York. So I actually grew up in New York. And one of the primary reasons for my move there was my dad couldn't find work there. So he moved to New York. So that's one of the core reasons that I focus in on job creation. And I'm not going to get to tell you more about that because of 2 minutes to get to know me. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. So I can't believe the end is almost here. Some of you may think that I'm talking about primary election day, but I'm actually secretly talking about getting out of the tiger's den alive. Many of you may have noticed multiple news stories about our district with titles like political newcomers Governors vie for seat. Political newcomer? Absolutely. I grew up in Louisiana, and if any of you know any history about Louisiana, Edwin Edwards reigned there for 17 years, and there were bumper stickers that said things like, "Vote for the crook, it's important." So instead, how did I end up here in the Tiger's Den? I spent my life advocating for a more socially just world and working to help people who are most at risk. I did much of that with Girl Scouts. I want to talk a little bit about that today because it's really a big part of how I'm here. Girl Scouts builds girls of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place. It takes courage and confidence to run for public office, and it takes courage and confidence to make bold decisions that move a city forward. But what I really want to talk about today is character, and I'm not talking about a character like Mr. Edwards. You deserve a leader who has the character to make tough decisions. You deserve someone who's open-minded and willing to listen to all. You deserve a leader who will represent you, who's not deterred by ambitious goals, who's not, who's action-oriented. You deserve a representative that will listen to you. But most importantly, you deserve a leader who has integrity, is trustworthy, and is the leader we need in our city today. My reputation proves I'm that leader. Thank you. I look forward to your questions.
I've discovered that running for city council, this is a lot like love. I get really anxious and nervous because really I'm in a process of ruling the city. I'm here to serve and to help. And first of all, I'd like to thank you all for inviting me here to the Tiger Bay Forum. Thank you very much. Basically, as I walk around the district, and I've walked probably, maybe about 1,000 homes, and I find that a lot of people are concerned that there has become a disconnect between government and the people. And so therefore, I'm going to be the candidate who addresses this issue that's not just here in St. Pete, but is at the state and national level. Right here from St. Pete, from the bottom up, I'm going to work to bring us back to the model of government, where the people are the government and representatives represent. Now, there are some exceptions to this. Obviously, the civil rights or Constitution, if the public wants to violate those, then I'm going to take a stand. But basically, I'm going to go with what the public wants. And I'm going to continue what I've been doing once elected. I'm really looking forward to the day when I can go to someone's house and say, "Hi, I'm Alex Dunsing. I'm your city councilman. How can I help? What would you like to see?" I hope that this is the kind of model that you're looking for, that you will vote for me on August 27th. Thank you very much for having us. Bon appetit. The politicians are here for your delight. Thank you very much.
Thank you to the District 8 candidates. We're now going to go on to District 4, and we're going to start with the first one right here, Carolyn.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I've been a Tiger for a number of years, and I actually even have a couple of these little guys at home. I'm not so sure I like being on this side of the podium. So thank you all for inviting me here and for coming out today to learn more about all the City Council candidates. I'm Carolyn Freese, candidate for City Council District 4, where I'm not in the process of moving into the neighborhood. I've been living in the same house, on the same street for the past 23 years, raising my family and serving my neighborhood. I'm originally from Northwest Indiana, where I learned the value of hard work on my parents' horse farm by doing the dirty jobs like cleaning stalls and baling hay. Where I also learned I had a natural gift for math and science and a curiosity about how things work that made me lead to earning an engineering degree from Purdue University. And I want all of you to know that my platform is not a soundbite to get elected. I've been living it. I've been living my platform of economic development, education, neighborhoods, and fiscal responsibility by creating companies that create jobs and export products. by volunteering in the public schools that my 4 children attend, by serving the community as president of my neighborhood association and as a Rotarian, and also by successfully managing the money at home, my businesses, and my volunteer activities. My plan for St. Petersburg is simple. You probably even remember it from your childhood. Stop, look, listen, and lead. Stop the focus on politics. Look for ways to improve, whether that's processes within the city or things that you can do within your neighborhoods. Listen to what the people have to say and lead the city forward. I'm happy to say I've already been able to help a District 4 resident who was having some issues having to walk through a dirt alleyway between her house and the bus. I was able to get that alleyway put on the schedule to be paved. I'm Carolyn Freeze, a consensus builder by nature and a problem solver by training as an engineer, and I hope to earn your vote on August 27th. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Tiger Bay. I'm Darden Rice. Thank you for hosting this forum, and I know that I'm here to get carved up for lunch. To honor the tradition of spirited debate, I hope today to continue to discuss my platform called St. Pete Strong, which is strong businesses, strong neighborhoods, and strong city services. You know, it's a funny thing. Last week at the City USF debate, Richard wasn't there, but my opponents, David McCaleb and Carolyn Freeze, were in complete lockstep together, attacking me on virtually everything to do with my platform, my position on job creation, my support for mass transit, support for the arts, and universal curbside recycling. They even trashed my endorsements from our public safety police unions to our city workers and the Chamber of Commerce. Well, today, in today's debate, I hope to discuss, actually, how mass transit is the key to our region's growth and economy. I want to discuss the ways the city has a core duty to create the environment for the success of the working families and job creators. I want to discuss how universal curbside recycling will actually save money, and it's the right thing to do. My lifelong values are public service, equity, accountability, courage, and engagement. I have the strongest record of public service and leadership. Leadership is not yelling at a microphone at a podium. Leadership is listening, preparing, working with others, and getting results. I've been a resident of St. Pete for over 20 years and a homeowner almost nearly as long. Thank you very much. My name is Darden Rice. You can find out more about me at votedardenrice.com, and I look forward to today's debate. Thank you.
My name is Richard Eldridge. I have lived in this community since 1996, and when I arrived today, I realized my very first job was at the Pinoy as a banquet server. So I want to thank the banquet servers right now. I'm not used to eating like this. This is incredible. Thank you very much. There's 2 forks where I'm sitting. I live alone, so I use the same fork. It's a food place in Kingston, and that's how I eat. But Mrs. Freeze, I was also born in Indiana. I'm out of southern Indiana, and my father was a pastor in a small church up there. And then we moved to Pompey, New York, and South Charleston, West Virginia, to Martinsville, West Virginia, Sierra, Pennsylvania, and then I got tired of being cold, so I moved to Florida. And that's basically my life story. I joined the Marine Corps in 1980, however. And that's what I'm most proud of, other than my children, of course. It was a challenge, and it was a service, and I was proud to do it. I don't usually require 2 minutes to talk, so that's pretty much what I'll leave it right here. Thank you.
Hello, Tigers. My name is Dr. David McCaleb. I'm a brain and spine surgeon locally, a small businessman, family man, married for 22 years with 3 great kids, and a community leader. I've lived in the district for 10 years, continuously as a resident. And I've been carved up here